welcome to another video with Cloud Solutions Tech. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create multiple files with different file names in Linux. So for this, I'll be using a bash script to do that. Alright, so once I finish writing the script, I'll now break down the script and explain to you what I have done. Right, so let's create a file that will hold the script. Let's call the file create.sh. So I'll press I to be in insert mode. Alright, so say names equals what do I want to call the first file? Let's call it test file. The next one, let's call it get file. There's another one, let's call this one store file. So let's break down what I have done in this file, right? In this script. So this first part right here is called the shebang. So this line specifies the interpreter that should be used to execute the script. So in this case, I'm indicating that I'm using bash. Now going to the next line, this one right here, file names, and then the name that I've given to the files. So this is where I'm declaring the variable. So the file name is declared, containing, these four names that I've given. I'm creating these four files, right? And then this next line where I'm saying for name in, so this is the for loop. It's called the for loop. This part is called the for loop. So this initiates like a for loop that iterates over each element, for the name. This name right here. So it iterates over each of the element name in the files underscore name array, which are all this one right here. And then the next thing right here, I'm using the touch command, and I say touch $name, right? So the touch command is used to create an empty file with a specific name. So in this case now, I'm saying $name. So $name is referring to this variable that I've used here for all these file names, these four files that I want to create. So it's referring to it, so it's going to create them. And then right here, I'm saying echo, in this part right here. So this echo is going to print a message. So what I'm doing here is that I'm just going to print a message indicating the new files are being created along with the file names. So it's going to pick each of these file names and say, oh, while it's created, it's going to echo and say, oh, new files being created, right? That is what that part is doing. And then right here, I say cat EOF and I said $name. So here, this part right here is called the here document, HERE, the here document, or we call it the here doc, right? So I'm saying cat EOF, right? So what is this doing right here? So a here doc is used to add content to, to the file, right? So the content, between the EOF right here and then right here. So what is happening is that it is written in the files, that is specified right here. So which means all this content that I've put here is between these two guys right here. So all this content will be put inside this file. So remember that this $name is a variable that we have used, to represent all these files. So meaning all this content that I've put right here will be put inside each of these four files that I have here. So that's that. So the cat command right here, right, is going to link together, and then display the content of the file. So, and then we have this output, right there to a specific file, which is this guy right there, the variable going into all these files right here. So that is what that means. And then the last part right here saying done. So it marks the end of the for loop, right? So the loop iterates over each file names in this file underscore names right here in that array. So creating a file, printing a message, and then adding specific content into each of the file using the here doc right here. So the summary of this script that we have just used, so this script creates four files, which are these files right here. So this script creates four files with different names, right? With different names, and then also print a message for each of the file, and then add specific content to each file using the here doc, right? So you can modify the file names and then the content as as needed as you can in your own use cases. So just try out this script and see how it works for you, and then you can mess around it. All right, so let's save this file and go ahead and test the script that we have created. So now we should have a file here, a file here called create.sh. If we run it now, it's not going to work, right? Why? Because this file right here is not executable. So for a script to work, that file needs to be an executable file. So now let's make that file executable. So we'll do chmod plus x and then the file. Right there, we do ls now, you can see that the file is green. So we have our script right here. So to run our script now, we'll say create, and then we'll do enter. So you see the message that was printed in the script that we added, new files being created with the file name. So let me show you. Let's cut that script again. So you see this message that is printed right here, new files being created with each of the file names is what we did right here, right? You can see that it's working. And then if you do ls right here, all the files that we mentioned, test file, dev file, stuff file, and npd file, they are all here. You can see the dev file right here. You can see the npd file right here. You can see the test file, the stuff file. So let's just cut one of them to make sure that the content that we put using the here doc right here is inside, that file. So I'll just say cat dev, and we can see. So the content that we put here using this in the script, we have it in the file. So if I open each of the files, that's the same way we'll have this content in all those other files. So that's it. So you have just learned how to create a file, how to create multiple files with different file names using bash script. All right, that will be it for this lecture. See you in our next lesson.